Hello Darts Nuts, welcome to Darts Review channel. As you might know, Devon Petersen has now signed with Shot Darts, and Shot have brought out 3 new models, the African Warrior range. And the set I'm going to be reviewing here is the premium model. It's called the Greatness, and a very nicely made dart it is. Now you should be able to buy these on launch day, because I was told that Darts Corner have got stock of them. Hopefully this video will go out on launch day, which is 24th of March. So let's check them out. I'm reviewing the 24 gram version, the 90% tungsten. They're also available in 22, 23 and 25 gram in steel tip, and 18 and 20 gram in soft tip, and the retail for £93.95. So as you can see, it comes in the usual slim cardboard packaging from Shot, and as per usual, nice artwork on the box, a little bit of a story on the back about the grip design. Inside you got a foam insert holding everything in place, and the darts come supplied with the Koi carbon in between stems and the Greatness small standard shape flights. The darts fitted with the African Warrior etched points, neat design on them, and Shot call this a missile shape. It's wide on the rear and gentle taper towards the front. Obviously the front half a little bit more tapering, but really nice looking dart. I'll talk a bit more about the grip in the super close-up coming next, but it's got what they call, I don't even know how to pronounce it, it's something like Ilkwa or Ilkwa. I haven't got a clue how you pronounce it, but it's, if you look closely, it's kind of like a spear shape. You've got spears going that direction and that direction, and the kind of meat in the middle. Great looking dart, and it's fitted with the Koi carbon stems and the small standard African Warrior, the Greatness flights. So there's a close look at the etched points. As you get to the nose of the barrel, there's a couple of grooves and rings tapered. The front section is got more of a taper than the rest of the barrel, obviously, and it's made of a thin ring grip, and as you can see, it's got the black titanium coating with the PCT gold highlights. Now the section that's cutting through the rings is what's making up the shaft of the spear, the Zulu, I'll try it again, Ikwa. I still don't know if I've pronounced it right, but as you get to where the spear head is, there's a scallop section there. So quite interesting looking around that part. And then when you get fully to the middle, you've got these long oval shaped indents cut through. Let's get back into focus, and some like rings and grooves. But as you go along, it kind of reverses again. So you've got the scallop there, but now you've got the spearheads coming in the opposite direction, and this time they're cutting through the rear section, which is made of this quite aggressive looking shark grip. And then as you get right to the end of the barrel, you've got a little bit mirroring the very front, the rings and grooves. So there you go, that's the super close look at the Devon Petersen Greatness darts, and quite an interesting looking design. So you've got 30mm etched point, then you've got a couple of rings and a wider ring, that's 3mm, and then you've got a thin ring grip which is slightly angled and tapered with the lateral cuts through, that's 12mm, including the wide groove. Around the middle section you've got these 2 scallop parts with the spear heads and the oval shaped notches, and some thin rings and grooves, that's 18mm. On the rear section it's a shark grip parallel, that's 16.5mm, again with lateral cuts through. The very end of the barrel, couple of rings and groove, 2.5mm Length is 52mm, widest is 7.2mm. 24 grams exactly. 24.05 grams. And 24.06 grams. Full setup, 25.93 grams. Here's the balance with nothing attached and with the supplied setup. And this is the balance with medium in between short nylon stems and standard flights. So it's mostly above medium to a high medium level grip. Obviously the rear section is grippiest at 7, but depending on how you hold the scallop parts, you may find that quite grippy too. Can't even see the treble now, so how did I get that in the treble? I couldn't even see it. I was actually aiming for the big 20, but it must have dipped down and just got a fluky shot into the treble. Normally I wouldn't buy this kind of a shaped barrel for me as a front gripper. It's just not the kind of dart that normally works for me, and then I go and hit a treble. What do I know? But the reason why is I think it's more of a dart that suits a hard flat style of throw, and I think that's kind of what Devon Petersen has. And when I throw, I normally like a slightly front weighted style or a straight barrel dart, but not one as long as this. And I do tend to have a little bit of a loop in my dart, whereas when I'm throwing these, because it's balanced towards the rear, as soon as I let go, it feels as if the dart is going to start tumbling. But it doesn't do that, of course, but that's kind of the feeling that I get. But there may be some front grippers who like it. Maybe if you're a front gripper that has a kind of a thrusting action, it may work for you. And then you go and get another treble. What do I know? But decent level of grip at the front. And I was kind of getting a little bit of purchase from that first scallop there, so not too bad there, but overall I'm not sure it's a dart I would get personally, but even so it was flying okay. I've got another treble from the middle grip there. And another treble from the middle grip. What's going on? It's me saying it's not the kind of dart that I would get. I'm hitting more trebles than my normal darts here. That section, I'm holding it where them kind of oval notches are. It may be just slightly front of centre there. I think the centre may be closer to where towards that second scallop, but it doesn't feel too bad to throw from there. Oh, all in the treble fives now. I told you I was treble 5 champion. It just feels a little bit strange because them notches are quite deep, but if you like a little bit of a scallop to grab hold of, then if you just maybe a little bit slightly past the centre, then that feels quite nice. But that section itself, it looks as if it should be really aggressive and grippy, but it doesn't really feel too bad there. So I think it's the rear section where it's going to be most grippy. And another treble from the middle. Does feel like the rear section is the best for for balance, maybe not right at the end, maybe just above the second scallop, and certainly the barrel is wider there, and I do prefer the slightly thicker feel, and it is a fair bit more grippy on that rear section as well. So if you're a rear gripper that likes a fair bit of grip, I'm going all over now. Getting quite a lot of spin as well. I know I always say I'm not a natural rear gripper, but I think if you are a natural rear gripper, it's this kind of a dart that's probably going to be better balanced for you. That just spun wildly, that one. Yeah, I can't throw it from the rear. I don't know if it's because the grip is a little bit sticky and it's a fairly long dart, but although the balance is best there, I'm just not throwing it right from there. But I think for mid to rear grippers there, not quite at the end, I think the sweet spot is maybe just above that little bit of a scallop there, or maybe slightly in it. So if that's how you grip it, you may find it really nice. I know I tend to go exactly front, middle and rear, but I think somewhere in between middle and rear is probably the best spot. You twat. I did quite leave my hand right that last one. God. One at a time. I'm never going to pull two out. Certainly grip them points. So that's the Shot Devon Petersen The Greatness darts. A really nice sleek looking dart. It's not, like I said, it's not usually the kind of dart that I would buy, but having said that, it reminds me of a dart that I did buy years ago. I think it was the B&W Alaska darts. I think they had a similar kind of a profile, but I don't think they were quite as long as that. And I remember they did work quite well for me when I got used to them after a while. Maybe I just need to play with these a little bit longer. They weren't flying too bad with my front grip, but I still suspect it's going to be more of a mid to rear gripper's dart. Just when I throw it, and I was trying to throw it a little bit harder and flatter with some of them throws, and when I was getting it right, it was going quite well. But sometimes when I try to throw it in like my normal style, like I said, it just feels as if the dart's going to start tumbling. But I think it's just down to the way the balance is and just getting used to them. So there you go. I've also got some good news. I finally went to the opticians the other day, so hopefully I'll be getting some new glasses soon. I've had these about over 6 years. So soon I'm going to be able to see a lot better how far I'm missing. Anyway, I'll leave with the gallery, and remember, you can order these from Darts Corner now. I think Darts Corner have become the Shot UK distributor, so I think they should be getting all the Shot gear in now. I know a lot of people have been moaning they can't get the darts, but hopefully you will be able to now. So like I said, I'll leave you with the gallery so you can have a close look at them. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so, and I'll see you on the next one. Happy darting.